Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Haley Harmon. In tonight for Nancy Cox, Kevin Christopher has the night off. The search is on for a man accused of attacking a Jessamine County deputy during a traffic stop. The fight was caught on camera. LEX 18's Lee Searcy has more in the big story at 6.
A traffic stop quickly turned violent.
I got subjects fighting the officer.
Jessamine County authorities say Deputy John Preston was checking out a suspicious vehicle when 22-year-old James Gosser attacked him. They say the 22-year-old had theft warrants out of Lexington and a parole violation and clearly wanted nothing to do with being arrested. You can see the deputy tased him twice, but it didn't work.
For most part, it works all the time. I can't explain why it didn't here, if it didn't fully connect or what, but those are very reliable instruments.
From here, Gosser sped off, but the chase didn't last long.
I'm going to downgrade. He's passing cars. He's going to hurt somebody. So I'm downgrading.
And after this attack, Deputy Preston warned other officers about Gosser.
Or just be aware if you do get out with him. When I was wrestling with him, he tried to grab my gun.
I guess that dude is lucky to be alive right now because the deputy could have shot him.
Deputy Preston walked away from this scuffle with only minor scrapes to his knees and elbow. After a hospital checkup, he was back on the job the same night. As for James Gosser, call police if you see him. Covering the news in Jessamine County, Lee Searcy, LEX 18 News.
We're being told Gosser also goes by the name Ryan. Officials are hoping that he will surrender peacefully so no one gets hurt. Well, what seemed impossible just over a week ago is now reality. Thai Navy SEALs say all 12 boys and their soccer coach have now been rescued from that flooded cave in Thailand. More divers were involved in the rescue efforts today, more than 100. The first of the boys who remained in the cave came out in 6 hours, half the time it took for the very first rescue a couple of days ago. Most of the team now being treated at the hospital, but thankfully they all survived. The successful rescue of the team brought sighs of relief around the world today, but it also brought back memories for a group of people from Ohio of the time they too were rescued after being trapped in a Rockcastle County cave for more than 48 hours. Last night we brought you one of their stories. Well, now a second caver is coming forward with their experience on that intense weekend more than 30 years ago. LEX 18's Tiffany Jackson has this story.
In 1983, the Greater Cincinnati Grotto Club was making their way through a Rockcastle County cave for a routine mapping trip.
They had watched the water levels, and when they did come up, they usually went back down very quickly.
But on this day, Mary Gratch says that was not the case when the rain started pouring.
We had been mapping and exploring for about 8 hours, and we went to come out, and there's a waterfall. And the waterfall normally is not much of a waterfall, and when we got to that point, it was falling about 10 times harder than normal.
They knew they had to get out fast, but when they got to the cave entrance, that wasn't an option.
The force of the current had gotten so strong, I had to turn sideways so I wouldn't get swept off my feet.
Like the Thai boys, all they could do was wait.
I think there was 2 cans of Spam and 2 cans of Vienna sausage and some garbage bags and some candles and matches.
All eyes were on the mission, and it was more than 48 hours before the country breathed a sigh of relief when the group crawled out of the cave.
Cold and exhausted, 8 cave explorers are safe tonight.
Covering the news, Tiffany Jackson, LEX 18 News.
We are looking at another hot day today. The heat's going to hang around. I mean, it is July. We're going to temper it some tomorrow, especially the humidity. Oh, don't worry, there's still plenty of mugginess lurking in the 8-day. Right now, we're seeing temperatures running low 90s for a lot of folks, especially say from I-64 north, although Danville comes in at 90. It's 92 in Lexington. You've got upper 80s, London and Richmond. It's also really muggy, especially across southeast Kentucky. So your heat index, the further it is away from the actual temperature, the muggier it is. So remember, it was 88 in London, but a heat index of 94. So yeah, it's sticky. Lexington, it was 92, but the heat index is 93. So it's hot, but it's not quite as humid. Regardless, it's still summertime heat out there. Max Track Lab Doppler, we are tracking a couple of showers out there. They're small. Go down into Knox County there between Girdler and Barberville. That's drifting off to the east. South of Irvin there in Estill County, there right at the Owsley and Lee County line. And then a line of more potent thunderstorms to the north. Now, on a future track, watch those. They'll come from the top of the screen there. Watch them pass under the banner. And then as they get to northern Kentucky, you see at 9:30, 10 o'clock, they fall apart. Could we see a renegade shower from that still? Yeah, it's a possibility, but our chances will be diminishing. But that is a cold front. What it means for you in a couple of minutes.
All righty, Bill, thank you very much. See you shortly. Well, believe it or not, it is time to start thinking about the start of a new school year. Beyond school supplies, there is something else your student will need. LEX 18's Claire Kopsky explains.
Playgrounds and schools are locked up for summer, but that doesn't mean it's not time to start preparing for school. As of July 1st, every student attending school needs at least their first hepatitis A shot.
Hepatitis A, we're currently in an outbreak. Actually, it was recommended by the CDC many years ago, but the state of Kentucky has now made it mandatory or a requirement that the vaccination be implemented prior to entering school.
Students must get the second dose 6 months after their first shot. The next vaccination every student age 16 and older needs to start school this year is a meningococcal booster shot.
That helps prevent 4 different strains of meningitis.
You may think your child already got the meningococcal shot, but that was likely at age 11.
Both of these diseases can be easily spread while just playing on the playground. So encouraging your children to keep their hands out of their mouth and to wash their hands properly when they're finished playing is of vital importance.
The second shot or booster is the new requirement. The health department says you can't put it off any longer. Make your child's appointment so they can start school in the fall. Covering the news in Lexington, Claire Kopsky, LEX 18 News.
Now, the health department also wants to remind parents that in order to let your child's school know they are up to date on their immunizations, the child's vaccination record must be turned into their school. Police are searching for the driver behind a hit and run that sent a car into a building this afternoon. The crash happened about 3 this afternoon in downtown Lexington. LEX 18's Conroy DeLuche talked to the victim in the accident, who thankfully wasn't hurt but was left shaken.
This is the scene police arrived to. A car wedged into a building at the corner of South Upper and West High Street. The driver, Adam Dukes, could not believe what had happened.
Okay, yeah, definitely okay. Just a little shaken up.
Just minutes before first responders shut down the road, Dukes was stopped on South Upper Street, waiting to cross West High on his way to UK for work.
Light changes green. I get ready to, accelerate just like normal. Next time on the corner of my eye, I see a black SUV or truck just speeding. I'm like, he's not stopping. He hits me, clips him real hard at the rear end of the car.
Duke says the driver of the pickup took off and left him in the side of the building. Police tell us that a passerby actually wrote down the truck's plates and that they know who they're looking for.
We can always have cars back again, but don't ever put at risk just being late or whatever it may be, an emergency that jeopardizes other people around you.
And Duke says he has his own dash cam video of the crash and will turn a copy in to police. Covering the news in Lexington, Conroy DeLuche, LEX 18 News.
Well, certainly not the news you want to hear if you recently went on vacation in Gatlinburg. The Tennessee Department of Health says tests were performed on a well at an outdoor attraction, and that well has tested positive for E. coli. More than 500 gastrointestinal cases have been reported by people who had visited ClimbWorks zipline canopy tour in Gatlinburg just since the middle of June. 500 sicknesses. We're going to run this story tonight on LEX 18 News at 11. An investigation into the Florida roller coaster accident that injured 3 Kentuckians has found the ride derailed because of excessive speed and operator error. The accident happened June 14th on the Sand Blaster roller coaster in Daytona Beach. The Orlando Sentinel reports a post-accident inspection found evidence of previous derailments. Attorney Matt Morgan says the 3 Kentucky victims he's representing suffered serious injuries. A Congolese refugee family will land in Lexington tomorrow and begin a new journey in the United States. And thanks to a few Lexington police officers and other local groups, they've taken care of moving them into their brand new home. Alexa Helwig has the details in this Making a Difference.
Opening the front door into this new apartment represents the opening of a new chapter for a family of 6 refugees.
That will be the end of a long journey to get here and the beginning of their new life here in Lexington.
As they step off the plane tomorrow and walk into their new home, it will be fully furnished, thanks to donations from Centenary United Methodist Church and the labor of 3 off-duty Lexington police officers.
We try to help out with the community in Lexington, so they're going to be a part of our community now.
Blake Woodward and 2 other Lexington officers saw a help wanted Facebook post from a mutual friend. Having a flexible schedule, Woodward says he couldn't have found a more productive way to spend his day helping this family feel welcome in an unfamiliar environment.
So it's humbling for us to be able to help them, and we just hope that we get them on the right foot in Lexington.
And to up the ante, this group of officers bought their first round of groceries, hoping to relieve some stress when they do arrive. These acts of kindness truly represent the welcoming community we have here in Lexington.
Well, it's as much of a blessing to us to be able to do that as it is to the family to come and receive their new apartment and their new life.
For this Making a Difference, Alexa Helwig, LEX 18 News.
The Kentucky Refugee Ministry tells LEX 18 the process to move to the United States generally takes at least 2 years. In one of the nation's poorest counties, a local church is trying to help by building a tiny community to support people in need. We have a look at the project in McCreary County next on LEX 18 News at 6.